they are divided. So the question is here on the topic. So who decides the future? Is it the same people that are divided? Are we forcing them to lead?
The future has always been decided by citizens.
This is exactly what I'm saying. That this question
is always on us.
People should not be talking about those who are divided. No matter what you want, you have no capacity to unite them. The question is directing to the personal time. Saka, who's going to decide our future? It's coming back to us, citizens. This is how I'm hearing. So I'm reading this story.
Okay. All right. No, I hear you. All right. Dr. Moses, do you want to land? Then we go to the next one.
Let me learn. So I will end with saying, Titus, we need to join hands. It doesn't mean that we forget what happened in the past, but for the sake of the greater good, we need to say, let us work together. But this requires leadership, especially from Advocate Chamisa, to say, we know what happened, it was painful, but there are platforms that are fighting to defend the Constitution. We support them because we share the same view. So let's all work together in order to stop this. That's what is required. Unless Advocate Chamisa says that, it will be very difficult to come together. Then maybe I'll end with this point. So for us to stop 2030 agenda, that is what needed, number one. Number two, we need to understand and know those who are in ZANU-PF who are opposed to the agenda. How do we also work with them? Just for stopping 2030, of course, they don't stop 2030 because they love the people or because they want reforms or whatever. They want to stop 2030 for their own agenda. But it is also necessary and important to work with them for the 2030 agenda. 2030 stopper.
Yeah, right. I've seen one Rutendo Martinya Rara and coming openly straight about to 2030 as an individual. So I think we can simply say definitely it's not a one decided thing in ZANU-PF. There are still people that are opposing that motion, and I think for them to come, because most of the time they are whipped into line, aren't they? So I think it takes guts and braveness to, even though I don't agree with Rutendo most of his submissions, but I think for him to come out on the open directly and say, my comrades are wrong up, I think that's quite commendable. But anyway, no thanks to Dr. Moses. Absolutely nonsense. Don't you ever bring that. No, not working together. No, we are not doing that. But Chabango is already taken his line. Chabango, Linda Masari,
forgiving guys. Sometimes learn not to forgive. Because you can go on and go to wiki. You are just forgiving.
No, Mof, I think your point is very clear on this. I think your submission is very clear. You are looking back kwa viewer. But anyway, let's hear what the others say. Tongai, is it Tongai Chipangura?
Sorry, leader. That has not 2 minutes. I'm not going to do nothing. That's not what I want. And they say, guys, about to go on is an basa. Okay, I've got a different opinion one. You know that boy. Right. Why am I saying that? Zimbabwe is a liberation struggle. Latin is up. Nature is handler. Bangas now get out, the United Front. That was not. Zambia but they knew that they were a common enemy. The same thing must apply to us. Why must you unite? Because it seems like a school. Same thing Zipra. And it was that party was split. They knew could enemy dismiss. Sani cannot Rombo Shayu, Ikarova. Zipra Katoro and South Africa Mkondo Sizwe, Akaroachi, Akaroput out. saka imi msikunetea pachi roba futi bheni pamuri koko imi munabiti wenyu muchirwa futi isina chamisatiriwa futi hapana munzira wachirwa futi handiti tinozongouya 2030 nongomiswa fight in your own corner is to fight in our own corners. That's it. Why must you force people to unite? To unite on what grounds? Asikuwirirana pane bad blood yakaita kudhara. Zvakachinja izvozvo. So why are you saying people must unite? For what? Irwai muri mukona menyu imomo itohotri medu chapwati hanzi chiri kuuya chiitawo zvechapwati chedu havachiitawo zve kwavo ndo mairi akata Zimbabwe ingawana tine ma-living examples aripo aya imoda kurambira kuti hadzi batanai
Max wagona that's the example yakandishipa Titus yekuti wakaona kuti ZANU yakapinda panyanga. Who was ZANU's biggest enemy? ZANU yapinda panyanga yakati mukangana zaSmith yakatenda ikaziva kuti ichi ndo chachi biggest enemy chichichi. So some of these fight guys tangoona kuti ukaiwina ano enemy yako. Right now zvikanzi mangwana NC agara pasi pana munango pai NC biggest enemy will be Munzora anenge asimbori ED yakanzi Dagi akanzi agarawo pai biggest enemy Dagi it will be Chamisa. So some of those fight guys know your grounds.
Right. Okay.
Two boys, let us double for that one. Why are they fighting to unite? Is that the fight that we are fighting? Why are they fighting to unite? We want to fight Vision 2030, not to fight to unite. That is out of the picture. That is out of the question. That is what true days. It's not to fight 2030, not to fight to unite. Yo ngaite zvawo vari koko teta chikoko. Zanu-PF yakazvita nezipra. Iyo zipra nezanla. They did the same thing. Panatsi kuti hey, we are independent. Vanga vakabatana. Vakasplit engaona namuka. But that didn't even move them away from what was the need for that liberation struggle.
Who is the biggest enemy right now, Max?
Yes, biggest enemy is the Munangagwa 2030 division. Saka ivo varuda kurwara kwamawo veterans ngavarwe kwamawo vet istorwoti kwedu kokoko yekwachamisa yekwamunzura vorwari kokoko yekwabiti vorwari kokoko yekwanhingi vorwari koko
Right.
So yes, but we know what we are fighting for, right? So why do we need to unite? Why do we need to unite?
Do we have to fight against each other though?
No, we are not fighting against them. There's no need to fight against each other. Even that's why they went out there and formed their own progressive whatever I don't know movements to fight this thing. Because they knew could have done. If they knew they should have done it long time ago together. But the moment that they went out there, they knew could have they are not together. But the idea is the same. We are fighting these constitutional amendments. So let's continue in that vein to say, okay, guys, and forget about to waste time and think, okay, how can you unite? No, just think about how you can fight it. So how can you fight it?
Okay. Interesting views. Thanks, Max. Thanks for that. Tongai.
Kurise muri kundidzwa
Murunzwika famba inati.
All right, maita basa. 2030 the problem yatiri kuita, especially to those who are saying no to 2030, is we are trailing ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF is leading us. Ichida kuona kuti which strategies can we use to stop this thing, even if they know clearly kuti chinhu ichi chiri illegal in some way. I don't think inyaya yekubatana kana yekusabatana, but inyaya yekushayiwa a strategy. I think tinofana kutora 2030 as a process in a stages. It means in every stage tinofana kuziva kuti which strategy must we use
to make sure that 2030 is not materializing. Meaning kuti tinofana kuva plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. For now, we are fighting the issue of referendum. I think we must understand that referendum is something to do with the vote. And wherever ZANU-PF is included in voting, still, for us to win that chance, it's the chance to win a vote. It's a slim chance. So for now, taifana kutorega zvokuti toda referendum here kana kuti hatiredi. Tomirira kuti, for example, nyaya yereferendum. Tikaramba tichitaura nezvayo tiri kutopa iyo ZANU-PF pachayo what can I say, ruzivo, because munhu achatudza nenyaya yezvereferendum, it's only constitutional court. Inogona kungopronounza chete kuti chinhu chamakaita ichi chiri wrong kana kuti chiri right, mushure mekunge chaisiwa signature yapresident. Saka as for now, taifana kunge takanyarara totoziva kutoti alright, kana plan A, B, C yaramba, tine plan D. Plan D nde kuti president, then isusu taifana kungova tichitova takatogadzirira nyaya yekutoti totoenda kuconstitutional court tondofaila whatever that's the only way constitutional court inopronounza kuti zvakaitiwa zviri right here kana kuti zviri wrong. Mutemo wakadzikwa webill number 3, saka uri right here kana kuti uri wrong here. Saka the issue of referendum toisiya paside. Asi tinofana kunge tichiziva kuti kana plan A yaramba, B yaramba, C yaramba, D ndo yedu yatinayo. Saka plan A ike zvino ndeye kuti chii? Plan A yatingafana kunge nayo, I think, ndeye kuti vanhu vazive kuti 2030 iripo pakuti let's say yabudirira, handiti 2030 yabudirira, chii chinenge chava chirevo kunyika yedu yeZimbabwe? Zvinenge zvava kureva kuti 2028 ZANU-PF kana kuti yes ichauya zvene imwe bill number 4 richiti tiri kuda 2032, and hapana chinovakonesa nokuti 2030 inenge yabvumirika. Kana 2032 vaiwana vachauya zvene rimwe amendment bill number 5 vachiti tiri kuda futi timwe 2 years until 2060. Saka tofana for now tofana kutoudza vanhu kuti 2030 haisi nyaya, inyaya yekuti ZANU-PF inoda kutobvisa ma-elections muZimbabwe zvachese, kusatombova nema-elections zvachese, and ndizvowo zvavari kuda zveshuwa. Saka for now, kana munhu wese, even munhu wese akanzwisisa kuti ndizvo zviri kudiwa ne-2030, no one is going to support. Chero ukazoudza vanhu kuti ngatipindei mustreet tiproteste, munhu wese anobva apinda. But as for now, vanhu havasinyatsokunzwisisa kuti 2030 chiko chiri kuda kuzama kumborambidzwa kana chiri kuda kuzama protestwa avo vasiri kuchitsigira. Then what is the next process? The next process ichange iri yokuti bhiri richafanirwa kudzokera kuparliament. Tine plan B here yekuti muparliament imomo we should do something to make sure kuti bhiri rirambe kubudirira, rirambe kupasa. This is plan B. I do not know if we have it.
Nema-parliamentaries aripo aya.
Yes. Even not even including those ZANU-PF parliamentarians who does not support this bill, included they. Maybe we must be pushing to, okay, let's go to this thing, but we can push it in order secret vote. It must be done in a secret vote in that parliament. And if it's a secret vote, maybe this is what we were supposed to push now. We demand to do this, but as a secret vote in the parliament. Kana tikaona kuti secret vote iri kuramba, is there anything hapana chimwe here chatingakwanisa chatingakwanisa kushandisa kuti bill iri riite kana kuti toll kana kuti kuita stall. I don't know kuti handine rakanyorwa pabepa. We can make it that parakanyorwa pachona kuti riite vanish kana zvirizvo zvinoita kuti ritombonyangarika ritomboshayikwa kuti what happened in that parliament.
But Tongai, Mkoma Tongai.
Yes.
Do you really trust these guys to even say if it was a secret vote, right? In Enango, I think if it's a secret vote, it's even worse because people that we want to hold accountable and responsible, vanongoti aiwa ini ndakavhota, for no to 2030, but you are voted to 2030. But on the other side, do you really trust a voting process with this government? Could we can have a voting process yatinozowina yaitwa kuparliament? Do you really think that's a possibility? Because I just think once we even go to that stage, we just know the outcome.
Yes, I don't trust it either. But this is where I was saying, if we try to push the referendum, ZANU-PF will give us a referendum, knowing that it will do something to the referendum vote. So let's not push about anything to do with the votes. But the problem with the amendment bill is it has to be voted whether we want or we don't want. There must be a vote in the parliament. To pass, it must have a 2/3 majority. This is where now we come in. There is no way we can do without voting for this bill in parliament. That process has to be done. There's no other way out. So, since that process has to be done and there's no other way out, this is where I was coming to say, okay, maybe if it's a secret vote, munhu anovhota asingazikani kuti avhotera papi, at the end we count the votes. There is a slim chance that those who are disgruntled inside the ZANU-PF themselves, they will vote no. Maybe we can bank on the opposition parliament, then there will be no 2/3. There is a chance in that. Okay, that is plan number B. What is plan number C? The bill, if it passes, it has to go to be signed by the president. What then can we do to make sure that the president no, I'm not going to sign this bill. Although we know, but at least we must have something. Maybe someone who's close to the president. We try to make him see when this bill comes to the office of the president, let the president or let him change his mind. Then let's say the president went through and signed it. The day that it is signed, tomorrow we have to go now to the Constitution Court, because for now, the Constitution Court is not going to pronounce anything about this process. It will only come and define what is term length, what is term limit. Did we do this thing the right way or the wrong way? When the law has already been gazetted, but when the day it is gazetted, it must be challenged. So are we ready to say, if our plan A, plan B, plan C failed, and plan D, we are ready with our papers already to go and say, no, we were supposed to go to referendum. We didn't do the referendum. Here is. We were supposed to do the consultation. The consultation were not done in a good and transparent way. And we give all the evidence. Then the last resort is now for the court to say, yes, the bill was signed, but it was illegal. So the law can now be repealed and we start again afresh. Otherwise, if we are trolling ZANU-PF, we are giving it ideas. Because from the way I see myself, even the drafters of this amendment, they know very well, but they want to find from us, do we understand? Do we have a true understanding of law and of the Constitution? Because there is something wrong with this bill, but they want to find out from us. Have we read it, and do we know this section must be challenged? This section must be challenged. This section must be challenged, or this section must be done the correct way. Yes.
Okay.
So
I think my only question to you then is that Pama Solutions Amapa, is there a solutions that includes the people? Because I think we're leaving everything to the parliamentaries, to the courts, to the president, which we know if we are being practical, we might lose those battles. Where do the people come in?
The people come in on this first plan, whereby people must understand what is where I said we must conscientize people. What does it mean 2030? When I say 2030 means that there's no election in 2028. There will be a 2-year term extension. And the people must know that if it happens that there is a 2-year extension, our constitution has no limit to how many